people, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna get right into this topic. I'm actually so excited because, like I said before in a previous video, a lot of my topics I really just channel intuitively, like to see what it is I wanted to talk about. And I actually came across this video the other day. I'm currently in a really pivotal period moment in my life where I'm trying to really truly cut off like food that is not nutritious for me. As I stated before, I'm going into 30 pretty soon here, and so I really want not only I'm a relatively healthy person because, you know, we love being snatched, we love, you know, a good fit, we love feeling good about ourselves, period, and we know that that comes with working out and whatnot. And for me, my biggest struggle, and this could be you as well, that's another reason why I'm making this video, like I struggle a lot with maintaining like my nutrition. Like my nutrition is very much like this because the thing is like I really enjoy like food that is not necessarily good for you. Like I know how to make, you know, healthy food because thankfully like I grew up with a mom that really like instilled that into me, and she always cooked home cooked meals. So like I very much know how to cook. I know what's good for me, I know what's not, I know how to grocery shop accordingly. But I wanted to take a moment in this video to really address where emotional eating comes from and where your eating habits come from and how you can potentially shift that. If you're somebody that struggles with eating habits, like I want you to know that you're not alone. Like seriously, for me it's been a whole journey, and I'm in a space now where one of my best friends, she's really good with like eating and like dieting accordingly and just like knowing what to eat and what not to eat. And I remember when I was asking her about like how can I shift my diet and like what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat, and the biggest thing that she told me was that for the first few days you're gonna feel uncomfortable, like, but then over time your body's gonna get comfortable with the nutritious food that you're feeding it. And so my biggest thing too is like we live in a society that obviously generates a lot of anxiety. Like we're living in a world that every single day feels like the world is ending, and there's consistent anxiety going around, and anxiety can translate in various ways. You know, a lot of people smoke, or a lot of people will binge drink, a lot of people will engage in different activities to kind of deal with that, but it's really more so the sense of comfort. And so for me, my struggle throughout my life has been that junk food, it has always been like a comfort food. So for me, like I grew up eating hot Cheetos and Takis and all that shit with chamoy and all of that, you know what I mean? So for me, it's like hot Cheetos for me is like a huge emotional comfort food. And then of course, being a woman, like obviously, you know, we have a lot of hormonal shifts that make our cravings go up and down, and like at some point you literally just want to fuck up a whole cheesecake by yourself, and you could give a fuck. So again, it's very difficult to navigate that, but I want to get to the bottom of like what really drives emotional eating. And I watched this video on here, and I'm so grateful that I came across this girl's YouTube video, and I will link it down below if you want to watch it as well. She talks about like how to finally quit junk food and like how to truly go about it. She was talking throughout the video about like where the root of emotional eating comes from, and I think that that was the biggest thing that spoke to me because it really reminded me, like she also specifically said, and like I said, please go watch the video if you have time, but she said specifically that a lot of the things that we lack in our life, we try to fill it with food because your brain ultimately is like searching for that comfort from somewhere, which blew my mind because I was like, damn, I've never looked at it from that perspective. Me personally, when I get like just anxious, like if I have a lot of stress or like there's a lot going on in my life, like I immediately like need ice cream, I need chips, I need something that is usually not good for me. I will literally go out of my way to get something that is not healthy because that like satisfies my anxiety in that moment. So I say that all to say that if you are somebody that struggles with binge eating, if you are somebody that struggles with emotional eating and like you can't really pinpoint like why you do these behaviors, also look at the eating habits of your parents or like whoever that raised you, because that was another thing that was like key for me to realize like where the root of it was from. I grew up in a household that was what do they say, an ingredient household. I grew up in an ingredient household, so my household was not one that had snacks available at all times. My parents were actually very much anti-processed snacks. Like my mom didn't even let me have cup of noodles. Like I would have to sneak a cup of noodles from her because she just was like, no, that has too much sodium. So she was always on top of it with that. But the thing is culturally, like I'm Venezuelan, so Latin culture, we have a lot of fattening, fried, just bad food. It's fire. It's fire. I mean, especially my culture, oh my god, like I could eat Venezuelan food all day, but it's far from healthy, and a lot of the people that have passed away in my family has been from diabetes. Like 9 times out of 10 it's been from diabetes. So that's something that has always driven me to be a little more health conscious. And like both of my parents too, like they have always been very like, no, you need to, they've always tried their best to at least minimize like junk food in whatever capacity. Like we didn't even eat at McDonald's like that growing up. Like we rarely ate out, and if we did, it was like our fast food was like Pollo Loco, you know what I mean? So but at the same time, my parents, it was an ingredient household, and like I grew up eating a lot of like the processed ham. I didn't even know the processed ham was bad for you, like because I just grew up on it. That's what you put on sandwiches. I never thought anything of it. But like just there's a lot of unlearning that I've had to do living on my own as an adult now, and like realizing that certain foods are genuinely just nutritionally deficient and they're not good for you. So also I will say, oh my god, and I hope in the future I'm manifesting that shit. I hope in the future I get sponsored by this app, because you guys, I swear by this fucking app. It's called Yuka, and I will put the little just the little logo here so you guys can download it. Obviously not sponsored, you guys, like literally, but Yuka, you can literally scan, like let's say oh my goodness, let me see, I can show you guys like something random from my pantry. But like for example, this is organic overnight oats. Okay, so what you do is whenever you're at the grocery store, the grocery store can be very overstimulating, and a lot of the stuff, me working in marketing, like I know what I'm telling you guys, like a lot of the shit that is presented to us is really not as healthy as they're trying to market it to be. Especially cereal is terrible for you. You really have to find the best cereal for you. And again, this app, you scan like the little barcodes of like literally whatever. You can even use this on beauty products, and that's another big one, because when I use stuff for my scalp or just like for my hair, I'm very, very, very mindful of that shit, because I'm like, I'm not trying to put random chemicals on my scalp or anything. And again, America does not care about nutrition, you guys. Like this is a capitalistic society. Like it does not care. Like they run on the mindset of like, oh, the consumer can read it. So if you're not going out of your way to read the labels, if you're not going out of your way to, like I said, scan the different items with Yuka to kind of know like the nutritional value of what you're fucking eating, like you're not gonna get anywhere. And on top of it, as somebody that exercises like actively, like I love exercise, I love running, all of it, you will not outrun like a bad diet. So like if you have a shitty diet, like you can work out 7 days a week and you will not lose weight, I promise you. And that is like the biggest reason that like me personally, I've shifted a lot of like what I'm eating. And then of course, like you can have stuff once in a while, but you just need to be very, very mindful of what you're eating. But yeah, ultimately, like I said, you guys, it's totally possible to be able to have a healthy, balanced, nutritional diet. And I'm really grateful that I've taken the steps to kind of like see why I eat in this way. And I welcome you to also like look at, like I said, your patterns with your parents, like who raised you, like how did they eat, what did you observe that you don't want to do. Because ultimately these are things that are kind of like built into us because we're children and we're just kind of in those environments, and then as adults we're struggling to find what works for us. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole video. Like I said, I'll leave the other video if you're interested down below to watch. It was amazing and it really did have a lot of insight, and I will see you guys in my next video.